Hello everyone. Today I'll be talking about Gathering Day. Gathering Day is an event on the strongest Warzone. It's actually the first event of the week. That means it's a Monday event. However, in order to plan for the Gathering Day, you should actually start gathering on the Sunday of the week before. So today is still Sunday. The Warzone event is still the Warzone expedition. But I'm done with points. I'm happy with the second box. And I will start my gathering for the coming week. Right. What the gathering event wants you to do is that it wants you to set your troops on plots outside your base and slowly gather resources. Why you are able to start the event early is because when the way the event is calculated, the points are calculated, is at the moment of the recall of the troops. So what that means is that I can set my troops out on plots on Sunday, have them gather overnight, and then after reset plus 30 minutes on the Monday, then I will recall my troops, and at the moment of the recall, it is on gathering day, and everything else that I have gathered overnight counts towards the points scored on gathering day. The way to gather faster and the way to gather more is like this, okay? The first thing that you want to do is that you want to be Queen level 18 or up. Alright? The Queen level 18 unlocks the 4th Rally Center. That means you have your Pro, your Rally Center 1, 2, and 3. Having 4 Rally Centers means that you can put up 4 troops on the ground and have 4 queues, and you'll be 33.3% faster than somebody who's level 17 and has only 3 troops. The next thing that benefits gathering is the class. The cultivators gather the most, and they gather the best. Their boosts are all for gathering. They have increased load for gathering. They also have increased gathering speed, 50% more. Alright, so if you take the herder as neutral, the cultivator is better at gathering, and the class debuffed for gathering is the raider. Alright, we have less troop load for gathering. The gathering speed actually is not debuffed, the load is. Right, that means raiders need to have bigger march units in order to gather an equivalent amount compared to herders, and much more compared to cultivators. Right, the technology that you have on the evolutions will benefit gathering also. The first one is on hill development. Alright, this is on the second half of hill development. You have boosts to gathering for the different resources. I almost always gather resources and never diamonds, so I didn't bother finishing the diamond gather technology. The next gather bonus is actually on your march units. So right after primary leadership, you have some gathering bonuses. It increases the gathering speed and it increases the gathering load. So as you can see here, I have actually gotten my March 1 and Pro units to tertiary leadership already. But while I have been doing that, because I still want to do my gathering day, for my March 2 and March 3, I've just done the gathering boost. Other than that, you want to do your zone development. The first tier right at the base are boosts for gathering. So you have increased gathering speed, increased resource from gathering. This boost kicks in at the moment when you recall your troops. So let's say if my troops have gathered 100,000 plant and I click recall at that point in time, instead of getting 100,000 plant, I will see on my report that I have actually gathered 111,000 plant. Right. Further down here, you have further boosts here that increase the load. And then you have over here increased points from gathering. So this is down the zone development tree. Right. The type of ant that's best for gathering is a carrier ant, and mainly because they actually have this load increase, the carrier ants are able to carry more when they are set out on plots gathering. The other two classes do not have this bonus. The rarity of the ant that you use to gather also matters. Here I'm looking at my guardians, right? And the guardian, the tier 1 guardian ant here has got a load of 15, march speed of 15. As the tiers go up, you'll see tier 1, tier 2 are still good on the loads. But as the tiers go up, tier 4, you can see that their load and their march speed actually decrease. The same applies for shooters as well as carriers. So in the ideal world, what you have set up on your march units are like this. You want to balance your troop carrying capacity, which is this value, across all of your units. Alright, this is the load, how much it can carry. What you put on your unit, you can put the special ant as required to increase the load. Alright, and what you put on your unit ideally should be T1 carrier ants. I use a lot of T1 guardians and shooters also, mainly because my carrier barracks is busy building higher tier units. Right. So for gathering, the units are set up to balance load, not for damage. Alright. So if I was actually going to be doing combat, I would be placing the special ants in a very different format compared to when I'm trying to do gather. So here I'm balancing the load and using my strongest ants across different units. Alright. This value of load matters. Alright. So you can see here 1.3 million, 1.1 million, 900,000. Alright. You have to consider the load of your unit when you set out together. Alright. So basically level 7 bush has got a 1.2 million load, and the load here corresponds to the load on the units. Do note that across the different types of resources, whether it's plant, wood, meat, wet soil or sand, the capacity or the load across the same level, if you compare across the same level resource plots is actually the same. So whether you get a plant or meat or wet soil or sand, it's the same, because you gather plant faster, the load is more, all right, but the number of points you gain per unit is less, right? If you get a sand, let's find a sand, all right. Okay, no, that one has been eaten off already. All right, you'll see the total volume is less, but each sand is going to take up twice as much weight in terms of the load. The speed at which you can gather is also half as much compared to plant and meat. So the points gained at the end from gathering sand is the same compared to when you gather plant or meat. So it's all rationed up equally, because the points for each unit of plant and meat is 2 points, each unit of wet soil is 3 points, and each unit of sand is 4 points. I generally discourage gathering diamonds on gathering day. With diamonds, you have you gather 3 units per hour, and you get, I think, 4,000 points per unit gathered. So in 1 hour of your troops sitting on the plot, you'll get 12,000 points. Versus if you gather on a regular resource plot, for plants and meat it is 21,600 per hour, and you get 2 points per unit gathered. So you get 43,200 units per hour. Points per hour. Alright, and that's without counting any of the boosts. And 43,200 is more than 12,000. Alright, so always gather resources rather than diamonds. One more thing that can increase your gathering is the insect. If you have the locust, you'll notice that there is a gathering speed boost. The higher the rarity of the locust, the more different types of resources are going to get boosted for gathering, right? In the ideal world, you have at least a 8-star locust, but here, because I've just hatched it, and I haven't done much hatching, mine is only 1 star, and it only applies to meat. Unfortunately, meat tends to be the resource where you have the most of. You can see I have so much meat even in the inventory. Everything else you struggle with, but meat at a higher level tends to be the resource that you value the least. There are base bonuses that you can use for gathering. Alright, there is this gathering bonus. You can buy it from the Alliance store. You can also buy it with diamonds from the store, and you can use 8-hour or 24-hour gathering bonus. At this point, I don't have my bonus on, my gathering speed boost on, because if I turn on the gathering speed boost, I'll end up having my unit 3 return to the base prior to the start of the gathering day. So that is not what I want. So I'll let them gather at their normal speed tonight, and then once it's gathering day, I will turn the gathering speed bonuses on. You want to use your raspberry to increase your gathering score for the Warzone event. The time to use this is just before you recall your gathering troops. So I'll have my troops out on plots tonight. Past reset, past half hour past reset, half an hour past reset. The gathering day actually starts. Then what I want to do is I want to use the raspberry, or else spore the raspberry to an advanced one, use it, and then only then click recall for all your units. Then you'll see a nice zoom up of the bar for your Warzone event. Other things to note while you're gathering, you tend to have all of your units sitting out on plots, so it's not unwise to keep a peace shield up, unless you trust your zone 100% not to have anybody just come round, waltz into an empty base and walk off with your resources. Alright. It is also not unwise to set your gatherers far away from your base. Alright. First thing, because while gathering early, it is still queue event day. And if my opponent zone finds my plot, they can attack the troops on the plot. So what happens is that if you are seated near in your hive with a lot of people, your allies nearby, and it becomes a very attractive location for enemies to teleport in and hit anybody who's not shielded. Alright, so if they see your gatherer on a plot very nearby, they'll just send out to kill your troops, and they get points from killing your gathering troops also. This is another reason why you should gather with tier 1 units, because for killing tier 1 units, the amount of points that your enemy gets is much less than compared to killing proper higher tier units that are actually designed to be fighting. Right? So put your plots at least not within the base itself for gathering day when you're gathering early. Once it is actually gathering day, then you gather where you like. Typically, zones do not hit their own members gatherers. But while the queue event is still ongoing, try to hide your gatherers far away from your base while you're gathering. Alright? Also keep your shield on. Alright? So that about sums it up for the gathering day, how to do it, how to get better at doing it, and basically plan your day, set your troops out, set a timer, call them back on time, set them out again, use your bonuses where you should, use your own judgment. Alright, and once you're done with that, gathering day shouldn't be too hard to get at least 3 boxes on. Alright, thank you very much for watching, and have a good day. Bye bye.